Children, today we will start with chapter 7 for 8th class combustion. Many substances burns to produce large amount of heat, energy, sound and light. These are called fuels. For example, coal, charcoal, petrol, diesel, compressed gas, etc. So we can say that combustion is a chemical reaction in which heat is released by a material when it reacts with oxygen. Now there are two types of substances, combustible substance and non-combustible substance. Any material that undergo combustion is called a combustible substance and it is also called as fuel. And the substances which do not undergo combustion or which do not burn to produce heat and light are called uncombustible substances. Now, based on the above combustible and combustion, we are having following questions for you. That is, it's an assignment. That is, what is combustion? You can very well explain them. What are combustible substances? Classify combustible and non-combustible substances. And now, what conditions for necessary, which we'll do in the further topic. Now comes the conditions required for combustion. We know that whenever a substance has to burn, there should be either a combustible substance, oxygen should be there, and a temperature should be there at which is catch fire. And when the conditions they are placed in the form of a triangle, we call it a fire triangle. Now we are taking the conditions required for a substance to burn. First is the presence of a combustible material. Combustion is possible if the substance is combustible. Second is presence of a supporter of combustion. Adequate supply of supporter of combustion is required for combustion, that is oxygen or air. Third is attainment of ignition temperature. A substance starts burning only after it attain a certain minimum temperature, and the temperature at which a substance burns in the air is called its ignition temperature or kindling temperature. Ignition temperature is also called kindling temperature. That is, a substance cannot catch fire if its temperature is below its ignition temperature. Now, some substances which catch fire easily at low ignition temperatures are called inflammable substances. Inflammable substances, that is why they are stored with precautions. Now, based on the above two points, that is the conditions and that is the fire triangle, we have an assignment for you. That is, first is give reasons ki why we can boil water in a paper cup, why white phosphorus catch fire spontaneously, mastic can be ignited by striking with the surface, because all of these are based on the conditions required for combustion. Now we will perform an activity to show that air is necessary for combustion.